Hey everyone, it's me, Barely a Bear here. Welcome back to my gaming den. If you love epic RPGs and adventure, you're in the right place. Let's grab your controller, settle in, and let's level up. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on the action. Alright, let's get this quest started. I think the last time, after a little bit of distraction and exploration, we finally got around to talking to the Delemgan queen, and she gave us the adra heart. We brought that back to the city. On our way back, we defeated the Belderreno, Belderreno, I think, something like that. The Earth Blight that we had a bounty for. We found the town from our ancient memory. We explored it for a little while and talked to the local cleric. He told us that somebody stole a reliquary, so we went and found that, brought it back to him, and I think possibly changed his religion, or at least made him think about his religion. After we got back to Ivette, we finished giving the dead food and got a trinket for that. And I think that's where we ended our episode. So let's get moving. We still gotta put the heart in the animancy device. Did we finish up the bounties? I think we did.
At all godlike. I've heard whispers that one of your kind was here in the living lands. It is a pleasure to meet you. In case it wasn't clear, I'm the point of contact for anyone with bounties to turn in. So return to me if you have any to claim.
That's why I'm here. I already have a bounty to claim.
Diverus? You work fast.
These Delemgan won't be bothering you anymore.
If only we could find a way to coexist with them. But I suppose it is in their nature to oppose innovation. Huh? Nature?
I have put the Belderreno to rest.
From the depths of my soul, I thank you. May their poor souls find peace in their rest.
The Tranton's days are over.
Good. Outlaws living off the hard work of others deserve nothing less.
The abandoned farms are clear of xuarips.
I see. Then the other bounty hunters did not fare so well. I am glad at least to know of their fate.
That's all for now.
Perfecto. Return when you have more to claim.
There's no more to claim. I think she just told us never to come back. Now we gotta go put the heart in the machine, I guess. Assuming that's where the... Yeah. Nope. Yeah, so that's where I'm going.
I have been thinking about the moon.
This is the tea shop.
Not this again.
There is no adra on Bilafa. None that we can see in a telescope.
This is the bar where the Dream Scourge girl is. I think that's the way out. That's over here. Ah, found it. How are you?
Nadiran, you're very resourceful, and a more than capable companion for poor Giatta.
I got your machine running. Now tell me about the Dream Scourge.
With any luck, I can tell you a great deal. Now that I've got the heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver. No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood.
I wash my hands in the sea and leave.
All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. pendulum.
Clock.
Chrysalis.
Transformation.
Spark ignites a flame. An idea ignites a war.
Hello? You still with me?
That was the voice in my head. The entity tethered to my soul.
Good. We're getting somewhere. Hey, let's go over your results. Your soul is like a piece of sea glass. All the edges are smoothed down. Quite beautiful, really. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold.
Ivette and Remi certainly thought so.
God, my condolences. Those two are a handful, even for animancers. What I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting.
I need to trace it back to the source.
That would be closer to Giatta's area of expertise. I'm sure she'd love to give you a look. Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giatta's theory of the dream scourge. Between the two of us, she's on to something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land. Diverted, like the flow of a river.
Elia believes the dream scourge and the living lands have a common ancestor. What do you think?
I think Eora is old, haunted, and unsympathetic. Anything is possible. Regardless, essence doesn't just disappear. It must be going somewhere. All I can tell you is keep looking. You'll find what you're after. As much as I hate giving people bad news, that's all I have. Please give Giatta my fondest regards.
Keep looking, huh? I'm getting a bad feeling about what we'll find.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He lost me when he started talking about souls.
You got anything to sell?
Welcome to my Welcome back. Care to take a look around?
Show me your wares. I think that's it. Do you have any bear claws? We definitely have a lot more money than the first time we came here. Never have too many crafting supplies. Now, guess we go talk to Giatta. Ooh. Before we talk, we steal. This parchment is slightly singed, as if somebody held it over a fire and considered burning it. We made a breakthrough. For the first time, the device successfully gathered essence into the adra core. I credit the interlocking rings, a design our colleague took from ruins across the sea. She believes the rings pull essence out of the surroundings, as wind currents pull dust or pollen, though I am troubled by what this implies. When we use animancy to mimic a natural process, we get better results. Why? No one can explain why the living lands naturally grows and thrives in an unnatural manner. We have seen plant life consume mountains overnight, creatures tall enough to knock over mighty trees, and beneath it all, a potent river of wild essence. Civilization has not found a stable foothold in the living lands. Whenever we try, there is some reprisal, almost as if the island knows how to shrug us off. I guess they're living lands for a reason. No, I don't want any cabbage that fell behind the counter.
Something the matter? I hope none of my colleagues scared you off.
I've met with all the animancers.
Good timing. I'm about ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest?
You were right about the Dream Scourge. It's older and stranger than we thought.
That's the fun part of metaphysics. Everything is strange, but nothing is new. Look at us. Barely even started, and already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Ivette and Remi are providing us an alibi.
Are we studying the Dream Scourge or planning a heist?
Under the circumstances, the two are not so different. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals. Whenever I tap into an adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Ivette and Remi, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject. I'd call that a good day's work.
Impressive. What's next?
Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus.
Phantasmal focus?
Think of it as a spiritual tuning fork, or a dowsing rod. It has many functions, some more obvious than others. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I can't blame you for avoiding a place like that.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there.
Don't worry. I'll run down and grab it for you.
The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess. I don't go into the lab anymore.
Did you give me the key?
If that's where her parents died, I'm glad we got there from having to go back.
Walking into the basement of an animancer,
I guess you did.
don't know what I expected.
This place is a mess. Why hadn't she cleaned this place up yet?
Haven for
God.
the blight. Who grows here?
To Giatta. I leave my mother's amulet, the only piece of the Valian republics I took from home. My one condition is that she wear it as a reminder that we all come from somewhere. May she find comfort in a chain that binds the present to the past. I leave her also the house, the laboratory, and our inventions. Yes, all of them. With no conditions or expectations to weigh her down. Forgive us. Arthur insists that I write something down in case the worst should come to pass. But what inheritance do I have to offer? What legacy do I leave? I took no possessions from my homeland. I own nothing but my ambition and my mistakes. The ink is blotched as if somebody tapped their quill on the parchment several times before continuing. To Giatta, I leave my unshakable resolve. the determination to see her plans through to the bitter end, and the presence of mind to remember what is important. Let her have all of my best qualities. Should the experiment fail, I won't need them anymore. Not where I'm going. Alright, I'm not going to read all these books. I will, however, flash them up so we can all read them later. I'm definitely going to read that one later. Cordelia is right, of course. We could refine the phantasmal focus for the rest of our lives. Or we could put it to good use. So why do I have such doubts? Our plan has always been to tinker with the natural order, but nature is not orderly in the living lands. If we poke too hard at nature, who's to say something else won't poke back at us? My friends, you spend too much time in the privacy of your lab. I know that words were exchanged. More than one ego was bruised after the incident at the workshop, but the damage is superficial. Our community is ready to welcome you back with open arms. For the moment, I am seeing to Giatta's education, but I urge you to give her the attention she deserves. She is a promising young woman in a difficult and influential time of her life. She needs the counsel of her family now more than ever. Abaddon's hands. It's that thing. The device does not work, and yet it does. Therein lies the problem. I have learned nothing and can assume nothing about the limitations of this invention, which frightens me almost as much as Cordelia's insisting that we keep going. All I know is that the device has tapped into something. I believe it was the essence of the living lands. What if I'm wrong? What if it is? Several paragraphs have been violently scoured from the page. Have we transgressed so far into the unknowable that we are blind to the grave we dug ourselves? I must make preparations for Giatta's future. Arthur, do you have everything you need? After Cordelia's outburst at the workshop, they say she retreated into her private lab, which is perfectly fine. But I worry about you and little Giatta. Let me know if you need anything, even if it's just to talk. I understand your research has made some ambitious strides. Good for you both. When you are ready to surface again, we have a game of that to finish. I will keep the pieces warm. Maxim Videro, Governor of your Messiviorno. Arthur has been quiet lately, so I know he's worried about the experiment. He thinks the island will object to our interference, as if such a thing were even possible. Clearly our daughter is cut from my side of the family. I can't wait to teach her everything we've learned. With any luck, Giatta will be as wild and audacious as the forces at play around her.
I feel pretty certain that those those people aren't supposed to be plants.
That's what happened to him.
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
I guess so.
Guys, we can leave now, right?
Poor Giatta. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
That's crazy. Alright, let's go give Giatta this thing.
I don't.
I think those were Giatta's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods, I can't believe this.
Is the wood around them living? Did they just turn into trees? That's insane to me. Are they still alive inside of the tree?
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there?
I saw them. The plant corpses were pretty hard to miss.
I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I don't think you were in any danger. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing.
Do you want to talk about it?
My mother had an idea about how to use the essence of the living lands, and it destroyed her. My father. Our family.
I've heard that story too many times. This land takes more than it gives.
So I swore an oath. No one could enter the lab until I understood what happened.
You isolated yourself in grief.
I did it to contain the tragedy, even if it destroyed me too. But all that's in the past. Enough about me. Let's worry about you for a change. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way.
You want to use that thing as a weapon?
Don't worry. It's more durable than it looks. Kind of like me. The only thing we're missing now is an adra pillar. And I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us.
Let's be off.
Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety.
Where was this performance anxiety when you were shouting in Vedero's face?
That was not my finest hour. I was so angry. Mistakes were made. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, I don't want there to be any mistakes.
Marius, go back to camp. I won't be long.
Sounds good. I need to do some hunting anyway.
Once we're all together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off.
Giatta uses animancy to understand the world around her. While the science of souls remains controversial, she believes the untapped essence of the living lands can and should be put to good use. She wants to prove her convictions by supporting the party in battle. Armed with the phantasmal focus, she draws on the spiritual currents of the living land to heal and defend her friends. Alright, Giatta's our companion now. Alright, let's get moving. Back to Naku Tedek. Ooh. Oh, her ending points. She's got 4, so this one. Reconstruction, increases the healing granted to allies by 20%. Reconstruction grants temporary health to allies that are already at maximum health. Reconstruction revives incapacitated allies when Giatta kills an enemy. We'll go with that one. And that one. Purification heals 50% on the maximum health. What is this? Enemies within the range of purification are interrupted and knocked back. Damage reduction of allies by 20% for 15 seconds. I think that was all of it. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Oh, we'll go do this. Because if I don't, I will forget about it. Oh, the tavern. Okay. We gotta go out here. I'm down for it. Going to do some more exploring. Oh, there's things to fight up there. Whoops. Wrong button. I would have totally missed this. Like if that xuarip hadn't caught my attention, I'd have missed that completely. Nice.
The watchtower is a good spot for getting a little private time with your sweetheart. Not that I would know.
Sure. Wouldn't know at all.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Not sure how, but we'll get there. I agree that this is important, Massoni. But if we don't focus on hunting, people will starve.
How is a potential murderer in our ranks not your top priority? You don't think it's real, is that it? You think I'm jumping at shadows?
Excuse me, Ranger. May I have a word?
One moment, please, Envoy. We were just finishing.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not saying it's impossible, Massoni. Only that more immediate dangers require our attention. We'll talk about it later.
Meanwhile, someone's tearing us apart from the inside.
Are you Ranger Captain Osierno? Ranger Vereno suggested I speak with you.
Gods beyond. I owe you a debt of gratitude, Envoy. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I am shocked to hear Verano was captured, but it's better than dead. Do you know what happened?
Reno's partner fled a bandit attack, leaving him to face the bandits alone.
So Casagrada isn't evil, he's just a coward. Fantastic.
There was talk of a secret meeting. I guess Verano couldn't pass up the opportunity.
A contact among my rangers?
I was right. There is a murderer.
Luring my rangers into an attack by bandits who are planning to meet a contact? Masoni, this isn't just an attempted murder. It's a conspiracy. One of my rangers is a traitor to our purpose, and my guess is that this meeting is most likely with the murderer we've been looking for.
Why would someone want to get Verano killed?
Casagrada had a cousin, Felice. They were both farm kids, like most of us in the Rangers.
Ranger work pays better than being a farmhand, and we eat better too.
Felice was a good kid, but they weren't much of a fighter. Verano and them went after a bear with the plague. It was troubling the pilgrims at Nakutedek. The bear got Felice, tore their jaw clean off. There wasn't anything Verano could have done for them. Out here, things go bad fast.
That sounds personal, not conspiratorial.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other, if you ask me.
You're not wrong, Masoni. A personal grudge could be the spark that lights a fire. But I cannot punish any of my rangers without evidence. I need to know what's really going on here.
So what happens now?
We're missing some pieces here, namely what happened to Monto. Until you find his body, we're groping about in the dark. Speak to Dorso if you haven't yet. I'll be here organizing patrols until you return. She's stationed near the gates of Fior.
I'll speak with Ranger Dorso. Map. He's the map. He's the map. He's the map.
Oh, Envoy! You have to help me. If I have to listen to this twig of a recruit tell his stories for even one more minute, I'll probably die.
Are you Ranger Dorso by any chance?
I am indeed. I'm flattered that you've heard of me. It's great to meet you. Ranger Iziana Dorso at your service.
What can you tell me about Ranger Monto's disappearance?
Asierno really stooped to asking for help. How very unlike her. Frankly, I think she's overreacting to a late report. Monto might be our best tracker, but he doesn't put a lot of stock in patrol rotation, rest days, or Asierno's toothless protocols.
We found Belderreno, but we're still looking for Monto.
I hope Verano's all right. The wilds can be cruel.
He's alive, no thanks to Casagrada.
Oh, that boy! Sure, he can fight, but does he think? Leave him to his farm and family, I told Asierno. But does she ever listen to me? The way this valley chews through rangers, we can't be selective. That's what she says anyway.
You see it differently?
Casagrada is a farmer's son. His father, too, is a farmer's son, and so was his grandfather. The same is true for nearly all of our rangers. They were raised with plows in hands, not swords.
You fight with the soldiers you've got, as the saying goes.
And we take these green farmhands, give them 5 minutes of weapons training, and tell them to stand against the tide. But that's neither here nor there. We were talking about Verano. He and Monto are the best of us, but no one's without their challenges. Verano's always trying to play both sides, be the peacemaker. It makes him soft. And Monto, you won't find him if he doesn't want to be found. He was a good friend once, I admired him. But he changed.
What do you mean by changed?
Monto was always a loner. but he'd been going off his patrol route for long periods of time. The last thing I heard was that Monto was going to scout out the ogre camp.
Where can I find the cave?
From here, cross the northern bridge and follow the path west. The path will become a cobblestone road and pass through the swamp. You'll find a cave in the hillside. Should pick up Monato's trail around there.
Why haven't you gone there looking for him?
The animancer struck a deal with Asierno. We're not allowed to go there. Why Monto was headed there is beyond me. But if you want to track down Monto, that would be the first place to look.
You should have reported that information to Asierno.
I'm not Monato's keeper. He's a grown man and can take care of himself.
That's all I need.
Right. Watch your back out there, Envoy. The Living Lands are a dangerous place.
Hopefully when we find Monto, we can find some answers.
Alright, now we're going to speak with Casa Giatta. Actually, before we do all that... Can I put that at 3 or 4? Nope. Alright, I guess that's it. These things work off essence. That's what powers them. Okay. Use essence like a battery, I guess. Nope, not in that one. Oh, it's that guy. I thought he was in one of these houses.
You're that envoy, aren't you? It's the face. Gives you away. What can the Fjord Ranger's Rising Star do for you, Your Eminence?
I found Ranger Belderreno. He'd been beaten and captured by the bandits. You were sent to scout.
Oh, you found him. I was so worried. Wait. You think I'm the killer, don't you? Listen to me. I didn't do anything wrong. Verano going missing isn't my fault.
Why would you return without making sure your partner was all right?
Verano is a veteran, and they say he's the best in the squad. But to be fair, they haven't seen my blade in combat yet. We were scouting out the abandoned homestead near Nakotedek when the bandits attacked us. I drew 2 of them away from the fight, and Verano and I got separated. When I doubled back around to check on him, I didn't see anyone. I assumed the fighting was over.
I think maybe you left him there to die on purpose.
What? No, I didn't. I'm not a murderer.
You're either a killer or a coward. Which is it?
You don't understand. I'm not a killer. Listen, let's keep this between us. I have a reputation to maintain around here.
Not a great one, but a reputation nonetheless.
2 bandits attacked us, and Verano stepped up to fight them. I drew my blade, and I froze. I saw more bandits coming, and Verano was getting overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do.
You left Verano to die. You should be in jail, not assigned to watch duty.
You're right. I know that now. Maybe if I'd had more training? I've never been in a fight before. Not a real fight with people actually trying to kill me.
You froze. It happens, kid. Combat instincts take practice. The real disgrace is tucking your tail in town instead of getting help and going back.
I know what I did was wrong, but I'm not a murderer. I swear. I swear!
Would this have anything to do with what happened to Felice?
And Masoni needs to keep his big mouth closed. Yeah, so my cousin got killed working with Verano. Big deal. It happens all the time. And bears aren't the only danger out here, you know. But do I think the old man should have kept a better eye on them? I mean, yes, Felice wasn't much with a sword. But Verano got distracted. Whatever. The usher comes for everyone, I guess.
Verano survived. No thanks to you.
That's a relief. I'll find a way to make it up to him once all this killer business is over. And I hope you find them, Envoy. I'd love to give them a gauntlet to the face.
This kid's
And then
got
run
too
away
much
when they
to
get mad at
prove
you.
and too little to show for it, but he doesn't seem like a traitor.
Ah, a new face. Welcome, welcome. There may not be much left, but feel free to take a look. I suppose that is fair, considering the sorry state of affairs here. Most of what is here is just scrap and forgotten things.
Get some scrap awakened adra. Alright, that'll do. Everything's spoiled in here that I can get rid of. Now we're going to talk to someone else. Damn, he's way up there. Oh, that's the ogre's cave. Oh, the Monto guy. Alright, let's go to the ogre's cave. Down for fighting an ogre. Oh, we're at camp. There's Marius.
I hope no one minds.
Oh, there she
I made
is.
myself at home.
Don't mind at all. It's good to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, Giatta.
Let's see. A few things about me. I enjoy long conversations, and my favorite season is autumn. Apparently, I also snore, which annoys some people.
So do I. Glad it won't just be me now. We should pitch our tents on either side of Marius. The drone really helps him sleep.
Right, that's me. And the first rule of camp is never listen to Kai. He's a blessed Nimdude of the highest order.
If anyone needs their soul tinkered on, don't hesitate to ask. I'm rather good with souls.
I'll take your word for it.
Marius and Kai aren't really the best people for soul tinkering.
I wish you could have seen Emerald Stair.
No, cancel.
They're in better times.
What was it like? I've only passed through a few times over the years.
What do you got to say, Marius?
Envoy? Hard to imagine what Giatta's going through right now, with her parents and all that. I mean, I have no idea what actually happened there, but she lost her people. She'll need time to get past that. And she deserves it. Right, changing the subject?
That's enough for now. Get some rest.
If I must.
Thank you again for letting me join you. An animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an animancer feels different without Fior Mesiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone.
I think you're going to enjoy working for yourself.
It'll take some getting used to, that's for sure. At least now I have a place I can call my own.
I don't have much to offer, aside from a messy camp and an old bedroll.
Believe me, that's plenty. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous?
With any luck, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, I never expected to live forever. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself, among other things. When you need me, I'll be ready. I hope so, anyway.
That's enough for now. Let's get some rest.
If I must.
Let's change your outfit now. Obsidian collection. Make us all dark. But I had you in the Eora collection.
Oh, Giatta, your weird device thing was making a noise last night.
Really? What kind of noise?
It was this high-pitched buzzing sound.
Ah, nothing to worry about. That just means a ghost passed through camp.
Right. But, what?
Must have been a big one, too. I'm sorry I missed it.
I'm sorry I didn't.
I'm sorry I didn't. Alright. Upgrade. We'll do lodestone. Or the Engwithian. Goes up to 32. You get more out of the lodestone.
Did they not glow in the light? Her parents, her sentinels. To grow and flourish still, life without rot, form without death.
You call that life? I doubt Giatta thinks her parents are still alive in any way that matters to her.
The lake dries. Prune the bellflowers. Why should anything wilt? Endless spring. They breathe. They flower. They will never fade.
Somehow, I don't think they agreed to this.
They sing in peace. Was it not worth the change?
No, we can't decide for others. They should always have a choice.
Do we not? The bear would have spent its days in the wood. They are strong now, vibrant, better than their frail shells.
I suppose they live on in some form.
More than alive. No suffering, no end. Sleep now. Dream of beauty and new life. We will speak soon.
Ominous. It's daytime, which means we're going to the ogre den. The ogre cave. Not everything's a den, I guess. No time for distractions on this one. Looks like we're gonna have to fight
Still recover.
Oops, wrong button.
Almost ready.
Behind you.
Did we get anything? A couple of things. Having a healer in the party is great. It's a good thing. I guess that is all that was up there. I thought maybe I missed a jump or something. Because now that they attacked me here, I want to go in there. This looks like the way in, but I don't see a button to open it. That looks like a way in too. Oh, I slipped off. I've got to figure out how to get up there. Your secrets will not elude me. But they'll have to wait till next time. Alright everyone, that's a wrap for today's video. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I did making it. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure with me, Barely a Bear. Thanks for hanging out with me. Your support means the world. Until next time, stay wild, stay awesome, and remember, the bare necessities of life will come to you. Later days.